What's up guys, today we're looking at my 12 most important solo drills to improve your jiu-jitsu. Brand new drills like entering into headquarters to knee slide, as well as some of the classics like bumping and shrimping. Best of all, I'll be showing real grappling footage examples of each drill so you can really understand the practicality of the movements. This is an essential video for upgrading your jiu-jitsu skills, and speaking of upgrading your skills, I'd like to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. I really enjoy doing any and everything that's creative. I especially enjoy improving my skills, which allow me to be even more creative. Like this cloning effect I learned on Skillshare by taking advanced Final Cut Pro editing by Mind Favor. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of super interesting useful courses, so you can learn and discover new skills or deepen existing ones. As I'm sure you can tell, my editing has significantly improved lately, so much so if I want to start a side hustle with editing, I'm pretty confident that it'd be a success. They have classes on productivity, business, making a YouTube channel, learning guitar, editing videos, painting, arts, and everything you can think of. Skillshare is ad-free so you can stay in the zone while exploring new skills, and new premium classes are launched each week, so there's always something new to discover. The first 1,000 people to use my link or my code JordanTeachesJujitsu will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Let's get started with the knee slide from headquarters. The knee slide is one of the most common and effective passes in jiu-jitsu. To drill it, step 1 foot forward with your knee and elbow touching. This simulates headquarters, which is a passing position where you have one of your opponent's legs between yours and you have a variety of different passes available, but today we're going knee slide. Place one hand on the mat to support your weight. Now slide your knee across the mat until your hip is touching the mat as well. In this rolling footage, look how I keep my elbow and knee tight. This prevents the underhook, which counters the knee slide. Check out this video to learn more about knee slides. The back step is such an underutilized pass by beginners. It can be used from a variety of different situations, such as passing half guard and passing half guard butterfly. To drill it, place your elbow on the ground to simulate a crossface grip, then drop your hip onto the mat as you stomp your foot onto the mat. The stomp isn't always essential in grappling, but sometimes it is. However, it is a great way of practicing a powerful back step. The front roll is a staple of jiu-jitsu warm-ups and solo drills for a reason. It's a versatile movement that also teaches you to protect your neck by tucking in when rolling forward, rather than spiking your head onto the mat. To perform, lead with your hand as you roll over your shoulder and to your feet. You can practice this by doing it stationary or by doing multiple in a row like Yuki Mike does, who is one of the co-hosts of the podcast Jordan Talks Jiu-Jitsu. Make sure to check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Here in this rolling footage, you can see me avoid a back take by performing a front roll. Similar to the front roll, the back roll is also versatile and teaches you how to protect your neck. To perform, sit to your butt and roll backwards while you tuck your chin to your chest, while bringing your head to either side so you don't crush your neck. Here you can see me use a back roll to get a sweep from half guard, and here you can see me use a back roll to go with the stack during this triangle and counter with some wrestling. Shrimping is one of the most fundamental movements of jiu-jitsu. Shrimping simply makes space from you and your opponent. This is achieved by bridging onto your side first to get their weight off of you, and then bringing your butt backwards to make space. To drill, place your back leg on the mat to push your body completely onto its side. Then bring your butt back as you place your hands together and to the side. This is to simulate framing off your opponent with your arms to help you maintain the space created by the shrimp. Shrimping is used all the time in jiu-jitsu, but it's most obvious in the case of escaping side control. See here in this rolling footage how my movements are identical to the drill. Getting to your knees when you're on the bottom in jiu-jitsu is often a good idea. You can do this exact movement to take backs from half guard, escape side control, avoid side control, wrestle, and more. To perform, push your back foot off the mat, reach with your arm, and direct your knees from pointing upwards to pointing to the mats instead. Here you can see 2 examples of me using this movement to escape side control. Inverting is a useful movement for guard retention, sweeping, hitting submissions, and more. Inverting can be dangerous if you stay here too long and let your partner stack you and put pressure on your neck. Danger is minimized by staying in this position only for as long as needed. To drill, tuck your chin into your chest and place your shoulders onto the mat, not your back. Now rotate side to side as you tuck your arms behind you so they don't get in the way. These are some pretty cool examples of inversions like this leg lock entry and this back take, and we'll just let it play through because this is a pretty cool back take. This is a great drill to get comfortable and familiar with dropping your knee to the mat to execute a wrestling shot like a double leg or a single leg. You don't always have to drop your knee to the mat, but it does help you to lower your level completely to get underneath your opponent's hips. To perform, step forward and rock your knee forward to the mat as you drag your back leg with you. This is the leg you'll primarily drive off of to complete the takedown. Sprawling is an important counter to a variety of different wrestling takedowns, notably the double leg and the single leg. This is because it drives your legs further and further away from your opponent's body. To perform, simply drop your hips to the mat and drive your feet backwards as quick as possible. A bonus drill you can do is to combine the two movements of the sprawl and the wrestler walk and add in some level changes to do some shadow wrestling where you mimic multiple techniques at once. Sitting out from turtle is my favorite way to escape turtle and re-guard. To perform, keep everything tight as you lift your front leg up to make room for your back leg. Your back leg will drive forward with your shin, enabling you to re-guard. The technical stand-up is an important move in martial arts as it protects your head when getting up from strikes, guillotines, and more, as well as just being a mechanically efficient way to stand up. It's not only useful for standing up, but also sweeping too, by wrestling up from your guard. To drill this, go to your back, place your lead hand in front of you and your back hand on the mat. Shoot your hips back until you can place your foot on the mat. The hand in front of you is an additional layer that keeps you safe from attacks. In most cases, to hit a triangle, you need to bring your hips to your opponent rather than bring your opponent to your hips. That's why this drill is great. It teaches you to lift your hips up high. To drill this, simply lift your legs up high and figure 4 your legs. To make it even more practical, grab your shin with the opposite hand. Grabbing your shin controls posture and makes it much harder for your opponent to escape. It makes it easier for you to lock up the triangle by bringing your shin parallel with their shoulders. In this grappling footage, you can see I bring my hips up to my opponent by shooting my hips up high and then immediately grabbing my shin. You can practice these drills in whatever fashion you like, as a warm-up, as a workout, or just slow and steady as you hone your skills. And I want to say a big thank you to Rev Gear for keeping me looking fresh with their awesome gear. You can use code Jordan10 on their website to receive 10% off. And a big thank you to my patrons who support the channel. You guys are awesome and I appreciate you guys so much. And just a reminder, make sure to check out my podcast. And as always, thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or a fist bump and I'll see you guys next time.